Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your reading for the week of the 23rd to the 29th of January. And this is 2024. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. If you find that this video is helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up, and also leave me a comment if you so choose. If you are returning to this channel, welcome back. It's good to have you back again. I hope you've been having a good new year so far. This is a reading for you if you are a Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, or have some other significant Cancer placement in your chart. I have in the description below, I have my PayPal donation link, and I also have a link to my website for my spiritual coaching business called Transition Life Coaching. The website's actually called liminalreiki.com because that was what originally it was called. And I have, so if you are if you feel called at all or feel interested in any of the services that I have there, because I do astrology, I do human design, Reiki therapy, I do, and of course more tarot and oracle readings. You can look and see what my offerings are there and the way I do my coaching. Okay, so that all said, let's get into the reading. Now, the way I do these readings, if you're new, is I use a 12-house astrological spread to look at all aspects of your life. I always start with a cartouche reading, cartouche cards being my favorite system to use, and I clarify them with tarot. And this week we are using the M.J. Cullinan's Guardian of the Night Tarot. And we will follow up with an oracle reading from the Essential Oil Oracle. I do daily readings with the Essential Oil Oracle on my Instagram page, Transition Life Coaching. So it's transition.life.coaching. Okay, that's so if you are not on my Instagram and you are an Instagram user, you might want to check those out because I give a daily Essential Oil Oracle card and usually let people know when these readings are available. Plus, I also have videos and things about the other services that I offer. Okay, so starting at the beginning here, Aries energy. This is about you, how you present yourself to the world, how other people see you, how you want to be seen. And you have Osiris with Temperance. Okay, this is interesting because for Gemini, this literally showed up in the 7th house, this exact placement. And so this indicates the idea, okay, first of all, Osiris in the 1st house usually means is a situation where you can rely on your own judgment. You are the leader, you have the fire energy here. I know you're Cancer, you're a water sign, but you have this fiery energy here. And you're operating from a very stable and grounded place. With Temperance, there's definitely the sense of keeping things in balance, finding peace in a situation. Temperance can also have to do with taking things that are opposites or that seem contradictory and seeing how they fit together. Okay, so you may be, I feel like this is a period of integration for you, and this integration is leaving you more solidly in yourself. So I feel like if you have had a bad time recently, there may be experiences here that you use. It's sort of an alchemical process. In alchemy, you take manure and things of such nature, and they become the gold of the situation. So out of the things that are difficult, we don't purge the things that are difficult. We find the use for them, and we find a way to integrate them into what's going on with ourselves. So Temperance very much represents that. 2nd house is financial. Okay, so this is the Taurus house, and I feel like, yeah, you may be juggling a lot of things. You have the 2 of Pentacles, so this might be in terms of money, dealing with multiple income streams. Maybe you're doing multiple jobs, but you have this with the Ankh. So the Ankh is definitely, like, I feel like the Ankh can have to do, so for some people it literally can have to do with doing work in an area that has to do with something very Venus connected. So aesthetics, makeup, perfume, luxury items. It could literally, for some people, have to do with that. But more often than not, Ankh has to do with just the love of something, doing something you're passionate about, spending your time and energy on that. And I feel like there may be choices to be made. When this comes up too, this has a card of vitality, so I just don't know if you've been overworking yourself, and maybe this is saying, take time to think about your health, take time to think about, what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel vital. There may be some decisions and changes that you're making on that basis with regard to your finances. It's not a negative omen with regard to finances. I think it's more looking at how you want to spend your time and energy making your money. Third house is Gemini energy, and this has to do with messages, communication. It's Mercury energy here. It can have to do with sibling relationships, but also with self-effort or self-employment. And for some of you, yeah, this is very strong self-employment vibe here. There definitely seems to be news about money of some kind. Queen of Pentacles is definitely a very strong financial omen in a good way. The Queen and the King of Pentacles are both about appropriate use of finances, appropriate having enough to share with other people, being in this this good position. There's definitely and being able to be again this secure and stable kind of energy that you have here. So I feel for some of you, like if you're not in your own business, then this might be, you might want to look to something maybe you've done as a side hustle or something. Maybe this is where there's money to be made, where there's energy there. Because the Queen of Pentacles there, it definitely indicates this idea of getting practical. Now, Queen of Pentacles could be somebody who gives you a message, okay? Being this is the house of messages, there could be messages related to finances. And a Queen of Pentacles usually is somebody who's an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Does not have to be, can just be somebody who's just very, very grounded and very practical in the way that they approach things. Okay, fourth house. This is Cancer energy. This is your own house, and this has to do with the home, the family, ancestral matters, and it can also have to do with the mother. So you have Crook and Flail with the Seven of Wands. Okay, so here's a home situation. I don't know, for some of you, I don't know if there's a legal contract or legal issue, like maybe a renewal of a lease or something like that. I don't know, but you have it with the Seven of Wands, so there's a sense here of you feel like you need to stand your ground in something. Maybe you feel like you're quarreling or under attack from somebody, or somebody's critical of something that you're doing. And it seems to be affecting the home sector. This could even be a quarrel within family. Okay, so this could be a family issue. But again, you've got Osiris in the first house. This is something where you can rely on your own judgment. If there is a legal issue going on with something, I feel like with Crook and Flail, this means it's going to come out okay, because this usually comes up when you are legally in the right about something, okay? So I don't know. Maybe some of you have recently made a decision to stay at home and do things, and maybe you feel like you have to defend that decision to some people. All these things are possible. Take it as it resonates. Fifth house is Leo energy, and Leo has to do with creativity, children, love affairs, leisure time. Okay, we have Sirius with the Knight of Wands. So this has to do with something expressed creatively in a very physical way. For some people, this could be, athletics or sport in some way, or something that one does to express themselves in a very physical way. Knight of Wands has to do with very restless energy. So I don't know, for some of you, this may be steam that you need to let off about something, about a particular situation. You may be restless, you may want to travel, you may want to do certain things. Sirius is also an energy of thinking outside the box, okay? So there may be a situation where you have to try to look at it from a broader perspective. So, so take that as it resonates. Knight of Wands, if there's a love situation, okay, if you are attracted to somebody, let's just say you're looking to get into a relationship, or maybe you're dating somebody, there's definitely a sense of somebody who's strong, athletic, maybe very physically attractive, though you may be dealing with somebody potentially who's a player here. Knight of Wands is often somebody who is, again, restless. It's like they're with you today and maybe with somebody else tomorrow. That's not a message for everybody, okay? And just because you are in a love affair relationship, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going to happen to you here. But if there is somebody new here in this thing, you might need to, either that or they think that you're in this energy. It's one way or the other, but there's definitely this sense of, there's not a seriousness at the moment. It just seems like there may be something that's more, that's unsettled in some way with somebody. So that's a possibility here, if that aspect of this house applies to you. Okay, so sixth house, this is Virgo energy. This is your health. This is things you may be worried about, any jobs that you have, domestic animals too for some people. Okay, so we have Pyramid with the Ten of Swords. So maybe for some of you a job situation has ended. Okay, maybe there was something that you were doing, something you made money at, and now this is ending. And pyramid, of course, would create an initiatory or test situation. Now, if it's not a job that's ended, this could just be some kind of an ending that has you worried of some type. But the meaning still holds here, because there's this idea of good news eventually. You may be undergoing a change. Maybe this is why you're doing some balancing here. Maybe this is why you feel like you have to, there's all this balancing that's going on in your personality and your finances. You may be defending something on the home front. There may be some offers and opportunities coming in. But it definitely seems like if something hasn't ended, maybe something needs to come to an end. So maybe if you've had a dead-end job that's been sucking up all your time and energy, maybe you need to stop doing that. But there's some situation that is most definitely going to come to an end. And pyramid, of course, is good news eventually for something, but there could be a little bit of a test or a challenge that's coming in the interim. From what I'm seeing so far, it's not anything you can't manage, but yeah, there could be a little bit of a test here. Okay, relationships. This has to do with marriage partnerships. This could do with business contracts, other kinds of legal relationships, business partnerships. It can also, for some people, have to do with if you're looking for, or if you're in a relationship that you're looking to be long-term, you might look to this house as well. It's Libra energy, and we have Anubis with the Knight of Swords. Okay, so again, we have this Knight of Wands down here, and we have this Knight of Swords here. A Knight of Swords is somebody who's moving very fast on something, who may be rushing in. And you have Anubis here, so there's a strong protective energy with Anubis, okay? Again, there you've got in the opposite houses cards that have to deal with seeing things clearly, not being deluded about a situation. But I feel like perhaps there's going to be a new opportunity, or something's going to happen where maybe either you or your partner may want to be rushing into something or rushing to a conclusion, or sometimes this can indicate there could be a few sharp words, because Knight of Swords sometimes is somebody who speaks before they think. So I think this would just be cautioning you that there could be some, this could be defensiveness too. There could be something, you got this defensiveness down here. So I don't know, maybe you have a partner that's defensive, or maybe you're in a particular situation where, where somebody may be protecting themselves in some way. And I feel like, again, there's a situation here where we need to slow down and not rush into something. Take time out to think something through before speaking or for acting on a particular situation that has to do with a partnership. And again, you'll know what this has to do with. If you are looking for a long-term partnership, I feel like you may be dealing with somebody who's a bit defensive right now. Okay, 8th house is Scorpio energy. Okay, now this is interesting. This is a house of transformation and also of other people's money. But you have the Buckle of Isis here with the 9 of Cups. So, okay, the very clear message here is that efforts you make now, sacrifices you make, things you let go of, things you get rid of that don't belong in your energy anymore, and you will have the judgment to know what these are, will lead to a wish fulfillment. Okay? This leads to, there's something you may be hanging on to too tightly, and you need to drop or let go of something, and you will get to what you want. Like this will take you to the place you want to go. I feel like it's a situation where something that maybe appears to be a failure or appears to be something that's going to go badly, it's almost like by walking away from it, it's almost like as soon as you relinquish control of it, I think that's a better way to say it, you will suddenly see what's going to come in to solve the problem or to bring the wish about, okay? So, I mean, that's certainly very good to have in the 8th house. This seems to indicate you are on track to have the satisfaction. Well, see, and again, this is opposite the Ankh here in the 2nd house. So I don't know whether this has to do with somebody else's finances, because that is another aspect of this house. There definitely seems to be an indication of something that's either sacrificed or let go of is going to lead to a wish fulfillment here. So, take that as it resonates. 9th house is Sag energy. This has to do with long-distance travel, higher education, expanding our horizons, strong Jupiter energy with this house. And it can also have to do potentially with legal matters in some cases. But we have Isis with the 7 of Cups. Okay, So yeah, very strong. Okay, you're Cancer, so you're a water sign. Very strong water energy here. Isis has to do with mothering, with nurturing. Strong mother energy here connected to this house. So whether this has to do with travel, whether this has to do with something educational, maybe the kind of work that you do is connected to. Maybe it is part of your job to nurture or mentor somebody, or maybe this just literally has to do with mother energy in some way. I feel like that's true for somebody here. But with Seven of Cups here, Seven of Cups almost feels like, I feel like this is a case of being overwhelmed with too many opportunities or too many things that look like they might pan out, and you're really not sure what's real and what's not real. And again, this has to do with expansion of your horizons. So maybe you're thinking of taking a trip. Maybe you're thinking of applying for a scholarship or a grant. Maybe you're working on something academic. Maybe you are an academic being offered opportunities. Maybe you could go back to school and you have choices. There's all kinds of possibilities here. And Seven of Cups can indicate doing something remotely or online as well. But there's definitely this sense that there may be some confusion over how to move forward. And again, Isis in this case would be counseling patience. And again, there's a strong nurturing vibe in all of these. So whatever it is that you do here, I feel like that nurturing element of you, Cancer, has to be taken into account, not just of others, but also of yourself. I feel like there may be a lot of sacrifice going on here for other people. Maybe you feel like you're under attack about that. Maybe you feel like there's people who are not being as faithful to you or as loyal to you in a certain situation. And whatever it is, there's definitely, and even if it's not any of that, there's definitely an element of self-care here, that you need to worry about your own needs before other people's. Okay, and that's not being selfish. I feel like you need to do that. Okay, yeah, 10th house. This is your career, reputation, fame. This is Capricorn energy. Yeah, and the 5 of Swords has come up here. So I feel like for some of you, there's some jealousy, maybe some competition from some people. Maybe you feel like you've been restricted. Urias can indicate hidden enemies for some of you, but Urias also indicates that something may not be what it appears to be, and that in all the years, in the 37 years I've been using these cards, Urias usually indicates we're not seeing something for what it is. Okay, or we may be looking at something very fearfully or very negatively, or maybe we're limiting our way of looking at it, but it's saying no, it's not what you think. Urias does advise moving cautiously, but it also indicates outwitting adversaries. Okay, so if you are in a situation where someone's competitive or jealous, you're going to overcome that person. If you are in a situation where, another possibility here is if you've had a job loss, or you walked away from something and said, I can't do this anymore, because this is usually, this card comes up when we're just kind of giving up and, yielding to somebody else because there's just no point. This may be saying there's more going on here than meets the eye. And the fact that you have this test situation down here, I do feel like this may have to do with your work or your career. And also the fact that you have the 10 of Swords down here, which says something is definitively coming to an end. So I feel like, I don't know, if there's some way in which you felt limited, competitive, if there's been jealousies, if there's been quarrels, Urias seems to indicate also that this is going to be coming to an end. So yeah, I feel like, and in fact that this is something unexpected here. Urias usually brings something unexpected. I feel like it usually brings unexpected good news. There are cases, I've not seen a case yet where Urias has brought unexpected bad news. It's usually you're looking at a situation from a negative standpoint, and but then all of a sudden you realize, oh no, I didn't have the details of that right. And the details you had wrong were it's actually a good thing, because actually it's much better than you think. Okay, so let's go to the 11th house. This is Aquarian energy, so this is friendships, your social networks, your goals, your destiny. Okay, so you have Hathor with the 10 of Wands. Okay, yeah, again, a 10 of Wands. This definitely has this sense here of doing too much. 10 of Wands means there's burdens that have to be dropped. Again, Hathor, this Empress energy. Let's see. Okay, different reading I'm thinking of. But Empress energy here, so there's definitely this idea of nurturing, again, nutrition, self-care, finding something. I feel like, yeah, with this down here, there's almost like a fight for security or a fight to make a home or something. This also could indicate a female friend who is going to be helpful in helping you drop your burdens. That is possible for some of you. But there's strong feminine energy here. And the fact that you have this, that you have Isis, you've got the Queen of Pentacles over here, you've got the Ankh over here. There's a strong sense of, yeah, I feel like this is like dropping your burdens, taking care of yourself. And some of you, there could be a female friend or a female within your network of some kind who is going to be helpful in the situation, whatever this is. Because it's interesting, you've got two 10s opposite each other. So there's a finality to something here. Something's changing, something's coming to an end. Maybe you're not clear about it right now, but it is definitely requiring you to drop something. I feel that very strongly here. Okay, so let's look at the 12th house. This is Pisces energy. This is what you're afraid of. This is maybe what you don't show to other people. And you have fire with the 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, so you're definitely presenting this image of being confident, being able to, you can rely on your judgment, being in balance. Unconsciously, though, I feel like there's fire, so there could be some hidden anger about a situation. There could be burnout, literally. Maybe there's this sense of like purging or getting rid of people in your energy that aren't serving you. But you also have this 4 of Pentacles. So 4 of Pentacles definitely indicates, if I look at it with the 8th house, there's definitely a fear of letting go of control of something. 4 of Pentacles is usually it's something financial, but there's this sense of like, I have to hang on to this. I need this. But I feel like, again, what I keep seeing is that sometimes letting go of that control is actually what's going to bring the new opportunities in. So I feel like there's an unconscious fearfulness here. And there may be an intensity of energy. Maybe some people are having insomnia or something. Like there may be this upsurge of energy, that we're also seeing in the creativity houses and even in the relationship houses. And definitely, they're definitely the strong vibe of this whole thing is something's not as it appears to be. Something that looks like an ending in a negative way may actually be an ending in a positive way. And you are actually, I feel like you're en route to actually getting your wish. In fact, your overall cards here are Bastet with the Sun. The Sun is Leo energy. Sun is the happiest card in the deck. And Bast is a card of being social. It's a card of celebration. Okay, this is about celebrating, about being playful, about enjoying. So I feel like the sun is going to be shining on your situation overall. And so it's just a matter of knowing where you need to, you definitely have good judgment here. So you need to yield control in certain places and you need to focus on taking care of yourself. So let's see what we have here for you, Cancer, in terms of the Essential Oil Oracle. What kind of cards we get for you. Or what card we get for you. Let me fan out and pick one here. Okay, your card this week is Steadying. And I'll read you what it says. Your main term here is Anchor. The trigger statement is, I'm not ready for what comes next. The true statement is, I take it one step at a time. Although things are shifting so quickly, be present and know this is part of a greater plan. Wow. If that doesn't resonate with what was just said here. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely changes coming. And I think you may be nervous about what these changes are going to bring. But ultimately, if there have been losses, if there have been different things, you are being pushed in the direction that you need to go. You are being pushed towards the dropping of your burdens and the granting of your wishes. So take heart, Cancer. I think this all sounds really good. You've got this sun as the overall energy, so I think you're going to be fine. Thank you so much for listening this week. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And also, if you would like to leave me a comment, that would be great. So have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time.